Hey everyone, so today we're going to tackle something that sounds super technical but is actually a huge deal for the future of AI. We're talking about agentic AI versus AI agents. I know, it sounds like just one little word, but trust me, that one word represents a massive, massive leap in what these systems can actually do. Let's dive in.
So think about this for a second. You've probably used a chatbot, right? Maybe to get help with an order or even a smart assistant on your phone. But have you ever stopped and wondered, is that thing an AI agent?
Well, the answer isn't a simple yes or no, and digging into it actually points us right to where this technology's headed. To really get it, we need to wrap our heads around one really important idea: agency.
All right, so first things first. What in the world is AI agency? Put simply, it's about an AI's ability to act on its own, to make its own calls and figure things out to reach a goal. Here's the textbook definition for you. Agency is an entity's capacity to act autonomously to achieve goals. Now, the two words you really want to lock onto there are autonomously and goals. This isn't just about an AI following a script step by step. It's about having the freedom to figure out the how all by itself.
And to make this super clear, we're going to use a simple analogy for this whole explainer. Think about the difference between a tool and a teammate, right? A tool, like a hammer, just sits there until you pick it up and tell it what to do. A teammate, on the other hand, understands the goal and works with you. Keep that tool versus teammate idea in your head. So let's start with the foundation, the AI agent. This is pretty much the starting point, and it's what most of us are interacting with day to day right now. Okay, back to our analogy. The AI agent, that's the tool. It's the hammer, it's a calculator. It's a very specific, very specialized piece of software. It's powerful for what it does, for sure, but its whole world is defined by your direct command. So let's break that down. An AI agent follows your commands to the letter. No ad-libbing. It works inside a very narrow box. It can react to what's right in front of it, but it's not thinking 5 steps ahead. And this is the big one. If you want it to do something new, you have to give it a totally new goal from scratch. This quote just nails it perfectly. It does exactly what you tell it to do, and nothing more. There's no initiative, no creativity. It's just a pure executor of your instructions. But this is where things get really interesting. The whole game is changing. So now let's talk about the next step in the evolution. It's time to meet agentic AI, and this is a huge leap forward. And this brings us right to the other half of our analogy. If the AI agent is the tool, well, Agentic AI is the teammate. This is not something you just give orders to. This is something you collaborate with. You give it a high-level objective, and it works alongside you, figuring out the best plays to get there. Just look at this process. An agentic system doesn't just get a simple command. It understands a broad, high-level goal. From there, it actually creates its own plan with multiple steps. Then it goes off and does those things by itself. And here's the absolute game changer. It learns from what happened and course corrects along the way. That is real autonomy.
Okay, so we've met the tool, and we've met the teammate. Now let's just put them right next to each other to make this distinction absolutely crystal clear.
This table really lays it all out. Let's start with autonomy. The regular AI agent has low autonomy, right? It just follows orders. But agentic AI, it's got high autonomy. It can set its own smaller tasks to get to the big goal. Now, goal handling. The agent needs you to spell everything out. The agentic system, it can take a broad objective and run with it. And finally, learning. The agent is pretty much stuck doing one thing, but the agentic AI can adapt and actually get better at its job over time. The difference is just huge. Okay, so we get the difference. But why does any of this matter outside of a lab? Why should you care? Well, in this last part, let's talk about the real-world impact of this shift, because it's pretty mind-blowing. This is where it gets really exciting. We're not talking about automating just one tiny task anymore. We're talking about automating entire complex business workflows from start to finish. Think about agentic AIs accelerating scientific research by designing and running their own experiments. Our personal assistants could go from setting timers to actually managing complex projects in our lives. The shift literally opens up entirely new ways to solve problems. If there's one thing you take away from all this, it's this. We are fundamentally shifting from a world where we give AI step-by-step instructions to a future where we simply define the outcome we want. Our job changes from being a micromanager to being a leader who sets the destination. And that leaves us with one final and kind of massive question to chew on.
As these AI systems get more and more autonomous, as they become less like tools we wield and more like teammates we work with, what does our role become? What does it mean to collaborate with a team of intelligent, autonomous agents? That's something we're all going to be figuring out together. Thanks for tuning in.